Now, I see you on that YouTube show. I saw you with the Superstar Toys. I see you getting interviewed by Santino on his YouTube show. Is there any ever thought on your part of doing one of your own?
Well, I don't know, man. Those things, they take a lot of time, and I'm real fortunate to be really busy. I've been on pretty much every live event and TV ever since I debuted. So, when I get home, I usually have like a day and a half to be doing stuff. And I know like the editing alone for those YouTube shows kind of takes a while to do. And I don't know if I have the skills or the patience to do it. If I could find someone to maybe do it for me, then maybe, but we'll see. We'll see if I get some interesting material, then I can kind of stretch out into making a YouTube page. And if it's something that I think that people might be interested in, then we'll see. We'll cross the bridge when it comes.
Yeah, you're definitely keeping very busy. One half of the Tag Team Champions, just traveling all over the place. You're talking about doing all those live shows. I know the travel is absolutely brutal, working for the WWE. How happy are you, though, traveling at least on a nice bus, right?
Yeah. I travel with CM Punk. He lets me tag along, hitchhike on his bus and everything. It's actually probably the best way to travel. It's not having to worry about like driving is amazing, let alone being on like a luxury bus with direct TV and quality couches and all that stuff, and being able to sleep on the bus and wake up, you're already at the gym, you don't have to drive there. It's really cool. I just am very appreciative of Punk for letting me do that.
Were you traveling with him before he got the bus?
Oh yeah. We traveled together actually. For the better part of my career anyway. So past like 4.5 years, we'd be driving together, through the towns. We've pretty much been on the same roster for pretty much all of the time that I've been involved with WWE, with the exception of one run. He was on Raw, I was on SmackDown. But yeah, we've been pretty much road wives, as the term is, for quite some time. So yeah, we've been traveling together for quite a bit.
Now, so then when he cut that infamous promo, last summer, sitting on the stage, were you sitting backstage thinking, well, this could be a little heated for a bit, but if everything goes right, I could be traveling on a bus?
Oh, yeah, man. It was one of those things, like, everybody was watching, you know what I'm saying, and watching in silence. I'm just like the people at home who were watching it and knew once it was over that you would witness something special. It was pretty incredible. Just being able to hear somebody say all the things that are taboo, and the things you're not supposed to say, and just kind of airing his grievances, and a lot of people felt the same way. So to actually hear it like put out into the public, it was big, man. It was really cool to actually like watch live and actually be there, because you have no idea what's going to happen at a particular TV show or whatever. So you don't know like when that moment is going to happen. We watch all the stuff backstage, but you have no idea when you're going to experience a quote-unquote moment, and we all definitely did when we were all backstage watching that, just kind of watching it live. Again, like you just knew that you saw, you were witnessing something special as it unfolded, and it definitely was. Like all the national coverage it got and everything, and obviously kind of where Punk's career has gone from that point, up until now, it was, definitely a turning point.
Were you at all uncomfortable, though? I mean, it was obviously really cool to watch, but as his, road wife, was that uncomfortable for you being there at that time?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think I was uncomfortable. I think it was almost like a lot of people were glad, you know what I'm saying, that they were witnessing something, I don't think it was like uncomfortable because there was not really anything, it had nothing to do with us. We weren't going to get in trouble for what was being said, so it was just more of like we didn't know like whether it was supposed to happen or whether like you're supposed to be saying something else. So maybe in that sense it was a little bit just like it made a lot of us feel like a fan again. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we watch matches and we're watching them as students and watching the technical like moves. Oh well, this move didn't go right, that move didn't go right. When we were fans, we didn't worry about that stuff. You know, so being kind of engrossed in that moment and not knowing like what was going on, it kind of brought a lot of us back to that like fan stage. So it was a good feeling. I wouldn't say it was uncomfortable. It was just kind of that, you know, watching as a fan and not knowing what was going to happen, number one, and really like what just happened. So yeah, it was. I think it was more of a feeling of like that, like nervous, like excited, nervous type feeling.
Yeah, most definitely, and I think your buddy CM Punk is he's bringing that. I think he brought that last week in his steel cage match with Jerry Lawler. A lot of people talking about that blood, right? Did he use a blade? Did he bleed for real? What are your thoughts on that, Kofi?
Well, man, it was. Wait, I'm sorry. So what was the question?
Well, I mean, people are wondering if Jerry Lawler busted him open for real on the cage, or was there a blade involved? Did he hand something to the referee? I mean, the people are speculating, which I think is good, right? You're creating interest.
That was definitely, yeah. I'm pretty sure that was from the cage. You know, I don't think, you know, that there's a lot of things that I guess were done way back in the day that really we, number one, aren't allowed to do, or just don't do anymore. So as far as him kind of intentionally doing that, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case. You know, those cages are pretty hard. I actually had my first cage match with Big Show probably like a couple months ago, and I didn't realize just, you know, like I went and threw myself into it, and I thought that I was going to be like, you know, cut open, but I wasn't. But those bars are definitely pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. It's just one of those things. I mean, you're in there, you're in a steel cage, and that's bound to happen.
Yeah, and that match with Big Show, Kofi, was excellent. I really like to see you one-on-one with Big Show. I like to see you one-on-one with bigger guys on the roster. You can really do you do a lot of things with those guys. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I'm one to just kind of do what I can do, and you know, and kind of take it one day at a time. You know, like I said, for now, just trying to be the best tag team champion possible, and that's kind of where we're at.
And you're doing a hell of a job doing that, Kofi. I know you're very busy. I want to thank you very much for taking the time. Tickets still available. Just a few, though. You want to rush out and get these. September 10th, 1 week away here from WWE Raw in Montreal. Kofi, it's going to be a great show. Look forward to seeing you in the ring. And again, thanks for joining me.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate